Today I've got a very, very special piece of wood. It's olive wood. It's got a lot of cracks in it. It's kind of an odd shape. It's very heavy. It's very dense. It's very hard to turn. But what's special about it is in October of 2020, I was up north. My wife and I went up to the Olympic Peninsula and we stopped by and visited my good friend Phil from ShadyAcres, and he sent me home with some. This is a trimming from it. So I've already put a flat spot in a hole for a worm screw. I think it's 9 one way and 7 the other, but I don't want to cut that off because, well, just because of how the heartwood is positioned in here. So I'm going to get it mounted up and I'll be right back and we'll start turning on it. I've got it all mounted up. I'll go ahead and use tailstock support. I don't really think I need it because it's really on tight on that worm screw, but I'll just use it for a while. Doing about 620 RPM, 5/8 bowl gouge. And I may end up getting a full glove on because this wood is very hard when the chips come off. Lots of stopping here. Pretty cool. I just love that right there. If we can change the RPM up a little bit. Oh yeah. 740. I guess I need to sharpen this up. I think I want to make that round because it'll just show the beauty of this grain and color if it's all tied together. At least that's what I think. Okay, I'm sure glad I did that. I just really like how the heartwood ties together there. That's going to be cool. I just stopped to flatten the bottom and I turned on my overhead air filtration. It's not too noisy. So we're going to go ahead and get this flat and look at what we can do to hold it, probably a tenon. I'll switch to my 1/2 inch bow gouge for that. So after editing the file, I realized that it's a lot louder than I expected. But I've had plans to move it away from the lathe just a little bit so it's partially over the table saw, and I think that'll help a lot. Plus it'll get out of the way of my camera boom. Sorry about all that noise. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the outside right now, and then we can sand it and maybe get a coat of finish on there. I'm going to use the 1/2 inch bowl gouge. It's definitely got some features in here, like cracks. I think we're ready to sand. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this sanded up, lathe running and reverse at 380 with 80 grit, and I'll finish out with 400. Okay, let's get that first coat of finish on there, and this is shellac-based sanding sealer. So every inch around the circumference here has some of this beautiful heartwood. This is maybe the least amount. So this is what we're going to get right here. I think it's pretty nice. Real nice. Well, what do you think? I think it's beautiful. Now, if we can get that inside turned, some nasty cracks. This one here, I had to fill that with CA and some of the sawdust. I wish it was darker, but it doesn't look too bad. But that crack goes down in there. I'm going to have to watch it real close. I'll get another coat of this on, and I will probably put the shellac on once I get the inside turned and some sealer. So I'll see you when it's flipped around. As you see, I have it flipped around, and I need to get this flat, and then I need to examine what we have going on here. Obviously it's a crack. It goes all the way across. But it also comes down here, creating a little wedge. So I need to watch that real close. I'm going to use my 1/2-inch bowl gouge so I don't take real big bites, and we'll just get this flattened off and have a look at it. Doing 787 RPM. Okay, lots of cracks. I am going to need to move the tailstock out of the way here pretty soon. Just wanted to get nice and flat before I did that. Well, I just checked the temperature. It's only 78. I'm going to turn for a little while longer, but when it gets hot, I'm going to bail. I think I'm going to work back and forth between that 1/2-inch bowl gouge and this very small hollowing tool. Once I get this cut out of here, then I'm going to just go down here and clean that up. So I switched to that little hollowing tool because of the crack that runs across the bottom. It just was a little bit too grabby with the gouge. The gouge works fine going horizontally or down on an angle, but straight down it just really wanted to grab. We're crack free down here. That's always good. I'm going to make the rest of the cuts here, and then I need to resharpen. This wood is very hard and it seems to be very abrasive. I want to get an idea how far I gotta go. So even right there is getting close. I think that's going to be it. I just have to go over it with the scraper and then we can sand it. Alright, I just got a real nice burr on my scraper, so we'll go ahead and get this all finished up and we can sand it. Oh, look at those shavings. Wow. Oh, it does. That's really nice. Alright, let me vacuum these things up and we'll sand it. I really can't believe how smooth the scraper got this. It's amazing, actually. But I'm going to go ahead and start with 120 grit, sand it up to 400. This time the lathe runs forward at about 480. I'll get it all sanded up and come back and maybe I'll show you the sealer going on. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. Well, you just gotta love this wood. Well, that's what the inside looks like. Let me get this all finished up and we'll come back and remove that tenon. Yeah, it's got a big crack in it. I'm just going to carve it off. So, not every piece is like this. This is full of beauty on every square inch. Just look at this. Colors and it's swirly grain. Wow. Sure is a pretty piece of olive wood. And then look at this. A lot of cracks, but you know what? I think they look great. I like the contrast here. I've got a inclusion here, which caused the wall to be kind of thick on the base. The turning itself is 6 5/8 inch in diameter, 3 1/8 inch tall. The walls are about 7 7/16, I think, but down here, when you get to the deepest point there it's about 3/16 deep. I don't know if I showed you that base, but that's really pretty as well. I used 2 coats of Zinsser Seal Coat and 2 coats of Zinsser Shellac, and that's all I put on it, other than buffing it out with the fine Scotch-Brite and the ultra fine, which is the white color. And it left a really nice finish, but it sanded up so nice, which really added to that. Yeah, I just love everything about it. The grain, the contrast, the whole thing. I sure hope you enjoyed the video, and a special thanks to my friend Phil for giving me this piece of wood. If you did like the video, do me a favor. Click that like button and feel free to leave a comment. Both of those things will really help my channel grow. I do lots of different types of turnings, and you never know what might be next. So be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. And a special thanks to all my current subscribers. You really mean a lot to me. So, till the next time, see you later.